Today in Portland, Oregon, a city councilor accused of meddling, heated budget debates, and surprising election results. Let's kick things off with a bang. Dean Bark here. Welcome to the City Report with Dean Bark in Portland, Oregon. First up, police union accuses Portland City Councilor of meddling in police oversight board operations. Here's the latest scoop. Samir Kanal was elected in 2024. The Portland Police Association, or PPA, says Kanal overstepped at the Community Board for Police Accountability. The CBPA is Portland's new civilian oversight board. Voters created it with Measure 26-217 in 2020 to independently investigate police misconduct. According to the union, Kanal's March 2026 appearance before the CBPA, he was invited to present because he's worked on oversight systems, but they say he crossed a line. The allegation is twofold, that his presence and his use of city resources for that presentation amount to interference, and that it may violate the city charter. The CBPA held its first meeting in February 2026, so this is a new body still setting up shop, and tempers are running high over how much influence elected officials should have in its early days. For timeline watchers, voters approved the overhaul in 2020. The Police Accountability Commission delivered recommendations in 2023. Kanal won his seat in 2024. The CBPA kicked off in February 2026. Kanal presented in March 2026, and the PPA president, Aaron Schmaltz, sent a memo later that month. City leaders then met with Schmaltz in April 2026 to discuss it. Looks like someone forgot the memo, or, in this case, sent one. Key context. The CBPA is designed to operate independently of police influence, which is central to public trust. The PPA has consistently resisted this model since voters approved it, arguing it could be unfair to officers. The disputed point right now is whether Kanal's talk and the supporting materials truly constitute overreach under the charter. That's not settled. What is settled is the importance of arm's-length oversight when you're asking the public to believe in accountability. Let's not overcomplicate this. Perception matters almost as much as process. My take, Kanal's actions raise questions about the balance between oversight and interference. Time to dig into the details, and yes, it's a situation to watch. If the board is to be independent, City Hall will need clear guardrails on what help looks like versus what pressure feels like. No room for sugarcoating here. Moving on, Portland City Council engages in heated budget debate over funding and public services. Mayor Keith Wilson has put a budget on the table to close a $160 million shortfall. Councilors opened hearings in May 2026 and worked through amendments later that month. The big flashpoints: whether to redirect money from the new Police Oversight Board to frontline public safety, whether to preserve union jobs by cutting management positions, and how to protect the Portland Clean Energy Fund. The Portland Clean Energy Fund, or PCEF, is the city's voter-backed fund for climate and clean energy work. Amendments to shift money from the Oversight Board drew sharp objections from councilors who argue voters intended strong accountability after 2020. Others countered that shortfalls hit patrols, 911 response, and basic services now. They see the diversion as triage. Several amendments landed in tied votes. That tells you there's no clear majority on priorities yet. Balance sheets don't care about politics, but politics certainly care about balance sheets. There's a deeper tension here. Public safety demands immediate resources. Accountability systems and climate initiatives like PCEF pay off over years. Cut one to fund the other, and you may solve today's crisis while sowing tomorrow's. Keep both untouched, and you risk spreading dollars so thin that nothing moves. Well, that's one way to look at it. One disputed claim deserves a flag. Diverting funds from the Police Oversight Board may undermine what voters mandated with that 2020 measure. Supporters of the shift say intent stands. Funding can ebb and flow in hard times. Opponents say the board's independence is meaningless without resources on day one. My take: the tug-of-war between immediate needs and long-term goals is the headline. The city will need a surgical approach, not a hacksaw. Let's pivot to the next story. Oregon's 2026 primary election results, key highlights and surprises. Republican Christine Drazan, a prominent GOP figure in Oregon politics, won her party's gubernatorial primary. On the policy front, voters rejected a gas tax meant for transportation funding. That proposal faced skepticism without strong legislative backing. In the courthouse arena, Adrian Brown, a Multnomah County judge, was unseated after a public conflict with Nathan Vasquez, the Multnomah County district attorney. Incumbent Democrats in state and federal races largely held their ground. One curveball: write-in votes in the Democratic primary outpaced some named candidates. Call it like it is, that's Portland's off-menu ordering. Statewide turnout was 32.1%. Multnomah County was 25.4%. Moderate numbers for a primary night with plenty on the ballot. What's the takeaway? The gas tax outcome signals voters want clearer case-making before they pay more at the pump. The judicial shakeup shows local races can hinge on very public disputes, and party establishments still have an edge, even as write-ins remind everyone that voter mood can turn on a dime. Time to dig into the details as the general election map takes shape. And that's your report for today from the City Report with Dean Bark in Portland, Oregon. Have a great day and join us again tomorrow.